I'm Kitty, and this podcast is mine, Missing, Murdered, Unidentified in New England. I cover cases from the New England states of Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Each episode takes place over the years of January 1st, 2010 to December 31st, 2020, and based on sources, some episodes will be long and others will be short, as these cases don't generally have much information available. All of the research, scripting, opinions, and mistakes herein are my own, and I will offer updates and corrections as needed. I do not trigger warn for wounds, as they are a necessary part of the narrative. I will trigger warn for such topics as animal death, domestic violence, suicide, etc. as needed. Now with that, please listen in as I tell you about October 2012. October 1st, 2012. On a cool October night, 34-year-old Machel Dane Martin, who went by his middle name, was a man without a public history. Dane was shot to death on his porch in Dorchester, Mass. Buju, as Dane was nicknamed, had 4 young kids. Officers heard 12 gunshots, and witnesses heard 1 shot before running away. 3 people in total were shot on Park Street around 10 p.m. on October 1st, 2012. 2 of the 3 men were taken to Boston Medical Center with serious wounds. 1 was shot in the neck, 1 shot in the stomach, and both survived. There are several unnamed suspects, though no descriptions have been released. Witnesses said there was a man on the ground in front of the apartments at the intersection of Burnside Street and Park Street, with a woman crying and screaming over him. A van was seen leaving the scene of the shooting, though it is unknown if it was related to the shootings. Please call 1-800-494-TIPS or 1-617-343-4470 with any information. October 5th, 2012. Jaquan Mitchell was a Dorchester, Mass. Native, loyal, spiritual, and a fierce protector. Jaquan had 3 younger brothers, worked at his granddad's HVAC company, and had a passion for music, going by the moniker Scars 50. Jaquan was walking in front of 10 Trottier Ct in Roxbury, Mass. Around 2 a.m. after a minor scooter accident. This area was confined and had many windows facing the street where someone shot Jaquan several times at point-blank range. Jaquan was declared deceased at the scene. Jaquan was gunned down near the Roxbury housing projects. There were many witnesses, but no one has come forward. Why are you afraid to tell on a coward? Once Jaquan was murdered, at his funeral, friends brought his CDs to show Scars 50 talent and how good he was. Jaquan's mom, Savon, became best friends with Tanelia Gilmore, one of Jaquan's best friends, who later became Savon's rock. Please call 1-617-343-4470, 1-800-494-8477, or message BPD homicide at pd-boston.gov with any information. October 22nd, 2012. He would always be so protective whenever he would see me and tell me that if any man messes with me, he will handle him. That's one way that Jonathan Lorquet was described. Jonathan was the father to at least 1 child, the partner to a very devoted young woman, and an uncle to at least 1 child. Jonathan, son of Louis and Marie Lorquet, was only 25 when he was murdered. Prior to his murder, he had volunteered information to the police department in Myrtle Beach in cooperation with the slaying of Marcus Nelson, an investigation where Jonathan was a witness and a person of interest. Marcus was murdered by a person in a white 4-door vehicle by 2 black males, 1 female in a white t-shirt wearing a red backpack or red purse, the other wearing a white glove. Jonathan's murder. He was shot twice in the chest on Edson Street before escaping a block away to 36 Whitman Street, Dorchester, Mass. Jonathan was taken to Boston Medical Center and eventually buried in the Central Cemetery in Randolph. Please call 1-617-343-4470, 1-800-494-8477, or message BPD Homicide at pd-boston.gov with any information. If you have any questions, concerns, complaints, please email me at minepodcast@gmail.com. All one word, and mine is spelled with 2 M's, 2 I's, 1 N, 1 E. Please include what your message is about in the subject line. Later, y'all!